Good morning, children. Yesterday we stopped this crop production management or improvement. In that, there are three methods: nutrient management. We have to look after nutrient management, irrigation, and cropping practice. Okay. Now, nutrient management, I told you that there are the nutrients we are getting from nature, and these nutrients are from air. We get oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. Okay. Then from water we get, what is the formula of water? H2O. So hydrogen and oxygen we need. Okay. Then from soil we get many minerals. Okay. These minerals are, some are macronutrients and some are micronutrients. Macronutrients are required more, whereas micronutrients are required less. So macronutrients are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. I write the formula. Now carbon dioxide, then phosphorus, sulfur, and potassium, calcium, etc. Okay. Micronutrients are they are required less. They are required very less and in the less quantity. Iron, manganese, boron, zinc, etc. Iron, manganese, boron, zinc, etc. Yesterday I told you about this, and how we are getting these. We are getting from nature. Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water we are getting from nature in the soil. This from the soil we get the macronutrients and micronutrients, and they are which are less in that soil, that we are putting in the form of manures and fertilizers. Okay. So yesterday I taught you about all this. Now we will move to the next, that is irrigation. Okay. Now irrigation means what? Supplying the water to the crop plants when there is no rain. Okay. Because all the crops the requirement of water for crops is different, and according to that we should give the water. So irrigation method is of two types: irrigation we are giving, there is two types of wells, that is duck well and tube well. There are two types of wells, duck wells and tube wells. All of you know that tube wells are underground water we are getting, and duck wells also this is also the underground water, but only thing we have to dug the depth, and where we get the water there we must stop and we must uplift the water and give to the crop. Tubers, directly tube is inserted in the depth of the soil, and through the motor or electricity we get the water, and through these tubers the water is given to the crop. Then the canals are there. Okay, wells are there, canals are there. These are the wells. Then second one, canals. These canals are also these are the small branches of rivers. Through that also we are giving the water, because most of the crop fields are nearby rivers, and from that the direct pipeline is through the direct pipelines the farmers are giving the water to the crop. Then river lift system. River lift system, in this system water is directly taken from rivers through pumps. Okay, river lift system. So the third one is river lift system, directly through the pumps the water is lifting up, and it is used for the irrigation purpose, and it is possible where the crop agricultural land is nearby river, then only it is possible. Then tanks, these are the small storages of water, and through the tanks also the farmers can give the water. Then rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting, all of you know that you also learned. Rainwater, when there is a rainy season, the rainwater is collected where it is falling through the pipe, it is collected and it is sent to the tanks, and through the tanks it is given to the agricultural land. Okay. So this is how we can give the water to we can supply the water, and we can grow the crop well. Okay. So all of you understood, children? Now shall we move to the next, that is crop rotation or crop patterns. This is crop patterns. Now crop patterns are also very important for the farmers also, and as why I said farmers, because if we follow the crop patterns, then the soil fertility remain intact, and it is very useful to the farmers. So the crop patterns are, there are different types: mixed cropping, intercropping, and crop rotation. Now, what is mixed cropping? Mixed cropping is growing two or more than two crops together on the same agricultural land. Understood? Growing two or more than two crops in a same agricultural land, in a same piece of land, it is called as mixed cropping. Example is wheat and gram. Example is wheat and gram. We can grow this wheat and gram in same piece of land One means half of the line is wheat crop and half of the line is gram crop, or in between this also we can grow. So that due to the gram, it is the pulses, it keeps the soil fertility intact, and wheat use the nutrients. But as gram crop also we are taking, the nutrients are again means coming in the soil. So soil fertility remains intact. Understood? Now intercropping means one more this wheat and mustard also. Wheat and mustard. Wheat and mustard and sunflower and groundnut. Okay, so these are the three varieties of grouping of plants which we can take as a mixture. Now intercropping is two or more crops are grown on a same field in a definite pattern. Few rows are soybean and few rows are maize. Like this, the crop is taken. Okay, two crops grow in the same field of land, agricultural land. Few rows of soybean and few rows of maize. Example: soybean is used for, tell me children. Soybean is a good source of proteins, and soybean and maize. Soybean is a good source of proteins, whereas maize, it gives carbohydrates. Okay. Then crop rotation. Now suppose there are 2 to 3 cropping seasons. In one cropping season, one crop. In another crop. This is crop rotation. Crop rotation is a policy for growing different crops one after another to keep the soil fertility intact. One example I will give you: sugarcane. Sugarcane use more nutrients from the soil. So if we take sugarcane crop, the next crop we should take pulses or oil crops. Okay, oil seeds crop. So in some crop is grown again and again on the same field, same nutrients are extracted. Now suppose if the farmer is taking only this rice plant, rice crop or wheat plant, then only one nutrient which is required, that only is used by the plant. So it is not good for the soil. So we should choose different crops so that all nutrients of soils are used by the plants. So all of you understood, children, what is crop rotation? Now crop rotation we can take sugarcane, I told you. Then in the next season, sugarcane. In the next season, we can take pulses. Okay? Because sugarcane use the nutrients more from the soil. These are again maintained by the pulses. Okay? So, what are the advantages of these cropping patterns? What are the advantages of these cropping patterns? Crop rotation. Now, first one, crop advantages of crop rotation, soil fertility is maintained. First one, what? Soil fertility is maintained. Then second one, it controls pest and weeds. It controls pest and weeds. Now, what is the meaning of this? I will explain you. First, I will write you the third one. Several crops can be grown in successive with only one soil proportion. Several crops we can grow in one time soil preparation. Okay. First one, advantages of crop rotation, soil fertility is maintained. I told you what is soil fertility, because if the one crop is using more nutrients, the other pulses are the very good to keep the soil fertility intact, because they have the capacity to absorb the atmospheric nitrogen and fix it to the soil. Then it controls pests and weeds, because one type of crop is eaten by the pest and weeds. So if we take only one crop, then this pest and weeds number is increased and they are harming the crops. So we should do the crop rotation. Several crops we can take in one preparation. Once we do the soil preparation, we can take several types of crops. Understood, children? These are the advantages of crop rotation. Thank you.